And we're live on the Overland Podcast. Here we are on
The
first
first,
podcast of 2025.
yeah, buddy.
Here
Here
we
we
go.
go.
Here we go.
What you doing? How you doing? What's going on? What? I ain't seen you in forever.
It's been a while. You doing
Since,
okay?
yeah, yeah,
I
I'm
haven't
doing all
seen
right.
you in like a week.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. Last Friday?
Christmas is busy.
Mm-hmm.
It's a busy time for families. And it's a busy time for my wife and I because it's an extended vacation and we like to leave and
Yeah.
go
You
away.
like to go out of the country?
Well,
I mean, you did go to Mexico, right?
we did.
Or did you? You did?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I was thinking you did, but yeah.
Hmm. Well, it's fun. I like it. And but it's a busy time. And so it's really hard to get around and see everybody and make those connections like we like to. But it's
Yeah,
it
you
was
got
a
to.
good like grand finale to a pretty good year.
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty good year. Last year was 2024 was a good year. Um
it was pretty good, wasn't it?
what are some highlights for you? Give me some highlights. Galen, the man who walks the world.
I would have to say the biggest thing for me, not really related to anything like podcast wise or overlanding,
Yeah.
just the biggest thing for me in my personal life is getting some of my health back,
Yeah.
getting some of that back.
That was the first thing that came to my mind.
Hmm.
The second thing was you got to buy all new clothes. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, so I've been there, and that is a completely life changing thing. I mean, that's got to be way up there on the top.
yep,
Uh,
yep. And
no
I'm
matter.
I'm I I'm happy to report. Some of y'all know, some of you don't. Hey, Podnas.
Podnas. I always
I
wondered how to spell Podnas.
Yeah, there it is. Now you have it.
That's got to be that's got to be Kai because
that's Kai. That's
yeah,
right. Yeah, no, I had set a goal because I want to be under 200 pounds again. I haven't seen 200 pounds, I don't know how long it's been. So that was one goal I had for myself. But the main thing I wanted to do is get rid of my blood pressure meds,
yeah, that's a big
which,
deal.
yeah, which I did. I'm 10 days into med free,
Did
no
you have
blood
any
pressure meds.
withdrawals? Did you have any
None,
withdrawals?
none. Mm-mm.
There's my beautiful wife. Hey,
No,
babe.
and my
Come
blood
on.
pressure is still staying in the 120s over one or over 70s, somewhere in there. 120s over 70 something.
That's good. You
So
don't
it's all
want it
right.
much
Yeah,
less than that, or you'll
yeah,
just like be like airheaded.
yeah,
Uh, you know.
yeah. So it's good. I didn't meet my weight goal, but I'll get there this year.
Now, did you suspect that? Did you take yourself off of the medication because you
Mhm.
were kind of getting lightheaded? You could tell your blood pressure was going way down too low.
Yeah, it happened to me once before, several years ago. Whenever I got down to, I lost a bunch of weight and I got down to like 220.
Mm,
And then all of a sudden, one morning, I got up, just a regular day, took my medication. I usually take it in the morning, ate my breakfast or whatever, drinking coffee. And then about 10 o'clock, I was just as dizzy and lightheaded as
mm-hmm.
I've ever been. I was really, I was kind of concerned. So I
Yeah.
called my doctor, and left a message, and nurse called back and she's like, yeah, it's probably your blood pressure is probably too low because of the weight you've lost.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I didn't get to that point, but I did notice a couple of times in the past, I don't know, month where I got a kind of a small taste of that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured it was time to try, and I thought, you know what, Benjay, I'll try it.
Yeah.
I got me my favorite wife got me a new watch that tells me
Wonder
my blood
Twin
pressure.
powers activate.
Ka-cha!
Yeah.
And
Form of one healthy man.
yeah,
Uh,
so I know I can keep track of it. I guess is what I was saying. So I decided to try, and I took myself off my blood pressure medicine, and my watch keeps track of it for me. So
That's awesome.
yeah,
That's good.
yep,
Yeah,
no big
Lisa
deal.
says she's getting cracked up at her husband.
Podnez.
Hotness. Um, so it's January, and we are both in Arkansas. Now, this past weekend, or actually this week, we actually had a little bit of winter weather. I think it went to the north of you. I think it got a little bit more where Benji is up
Oh
there.
yeah, Benji and
I
Galen
saw
and all
Benji was
those
out.
folks up there.
Galen, holy cow! The videos that he's been posting of everything, the whiteout and the wind, and
He's like the postman. It don't stop him. He gets his 46 miles every day. It don't matter if
Galen,
there's
I
a
want to know in this weather, where are you walking? Where are you walking? Because you got to get 40 miles a week. You can't get behind. You can't get behind because next week will be 80.
yeah,
So where are you walking? I really hope you have something other than just like walking in place because that's
yeah. He posted a video the other day of himself walking. Oh, thank you, Lisa. Yeah,
I'm
I
doing
got
good too, Lisa. I'm just saying I'm doing good too. So
yeah, my
thank you
wife
for
is
noticing.
yeah, and for those of you who don't know, my wife is about this close from hitting that 200-pound mark.
That's close.
She's killing it. So
That's
really
awesome.
happy for her.
Well, here we are, like I said, in Arkansas, and they keep moving it up. It was like Friday and Friday afternoon, but now it's moved up to Friday morning. Now it's like Thursday afternoon, and I heard earlier today it may be like in the middle of the day on Thursday.
Yeah,
We're supposed to be getting some really good winter weather. So,
yep.
if anybody has any plans to go out this weekend, I want to encourage you, don't go out by yourself. Jeff, if you're listening, don't go out by yourself. If anybody remembers that, Jeff went out by himself last year and turned his truck over. So we don't want to do that.
Don't do that.
So don't go out by yourself. Go out with somebody. And I think you sent me a video today, and you were like, "Man, I was thinking about going out and playing in the snow today." And then you sent me this video. Now I'm second thinking it, giving it second thoughts. And it was like two Jeeps, one behind the other, and it gave good videos. One was inside the Jeep, and he was like, "Yeah, this is fun." And then he rolled off the side and
Uh,
turned over, and it
yeah.
showed the Jeep behind him. Had a picture of him and
Oh,
rolled
it,
over.
it
So
it was clear. I mean, plain as day. You see him. He just gets too close to the edge and he slides right off and rolls over on his top. And the vehicle behind him is watching. Thank you, Galen. Uh, I mean, so I just I don't know.
yeah,
I want to go. I want to go snowver landing. So
Snowverlandy.
yeah, I want to do
Hmm.
that someday.
Do
And
you have?
there's a
But
group going this Friday. I'm going to try to go, but I
here's the
don't know if I can
question
go.
though: do you have enough bread and milk and toilet paper? Because if you don't have enough of that, then it could be the end.
Yeah, I don't. We don't have any. We haven't had any. I don't need bread or milk.
Okay.
It's not on
But you
my
do
food
have a
plan.
really nice new remodeled bathroom that I can't wait to come up there and poop in.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We have plenty of toilet paper. We're not going to run out of toilet paper. I don't think. But yeah,
Hmm.
I got plenty of wings and salad and
You still doing the wing thing?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
Lots of chicken and salad with lots of stuff in it.
Yeah.
Vegetables. Yeah.
Vegetable.
Yeah.
Hmm. Um. You know what the least spoken language in the world is?
I bet you are going to tell me.
Anybody out there? Do y'all know what the least spoken language in the world is?
Don't tell them yet. Let's see if anybody guesses
See
it.
if anybody can guess it. Okay. That's the question of the night. If you do
I
that,
guessed it by accident because I was going to be a smart aleck, but
yeah. And Lisa is chopped liver. Um, we have some great things coming up this year. We've got some amazing guests coming on
yeah,
this
lots
year.
of coffee, Jackson.
Yes. Ha. Look, my wife got it. Sign language. Good
Ah, there
job,
you
babe.
go.
Um, so least spoken. Did you get it? Least spoken.
Yeah.
So we've got some really cool people that are coming up on the podcast in the next
Hmm.
couple months. I'm really excited about some of these, and we've got some even bigger names that are getting lined up and scheduled. So I've really worked hard, really reached out there. Uh, You got your Cottywomple thing on there. So next week, Angry Owl Outdoors. If you've never checked out Angry Owl OWL, Angry Owl Outdoors, this guy goes out and builds like bushcraft shelters, like on the Alone show. He goes out and does that for fun. And
On
he,
purpose?
yes, yeah, and like the worst weather ever. This guy's the real deal. Super neat guy, and really excited about that. That's on the 14th. On the
Yeah. Next.
21st,
Yep.
on the 21st, we've got responsible stewardship. We got the guy Benny Braden.
Okay.
Now, Benny Braden, responsible stewardship. If you've never seen them, you can look them up on Instagram. But these people are like, and I don't want to call out any names or like point any fingers or anything like that. But he's like he's like tread lightly, but tread lightly that's actually doing something, not tread lightly that takes in a whole bunch of money and then puts out signs that says tread lightly. I mean, they actually organize cleanups, and they have picked up and gathered tons and tons and tons of trash in the outdoors, and it is a phenomenal group, and really want to help them out and spread the word about them. But responsible stewardship, they did a super job out when the hurricanes and stuff hit out east. They went out and organized all kinds of cleanups, but they're
Oh,
doing
wow.
cleanups all over the
Nice.
place, and they do a fantastic job.
I
Really
can't
excited
wait to
about
hear
getting him on there.
about them. Yeah.
The 28th of January, Cottywomple is coming on. Really excited to have Bill and Deb on there. It's been a couple years, I think.
Yeah.
And they were actually on a trip the last time we had them out, and perfect timing. They were sitting under an awning, and it was raining.
Oh, yeah.
Because every time, if you watch any of their videos, it always rains.
Well,
They
and to just so that anybody listening, just so you know, 3 weeks from today, wherever they're at there's going to be rain.
it's gonna be raining.
It's going to be raining.
It is unreal.
Yep.
People need to hire them to travel where there are droughts.
Mm-hmm.
Because they are some of my wife's favorite people. She
Yeah.
loves, in fact, when she talked to Bill at Overland of America, I had to tell him, I was like, we were just cooking in the house one day when it was like crappy weather outside. We were just cooking. I turned on some of Cottywample's stuff when they went up into the Northeast.
Mm-hmm.
Because when they did all their stuff up in the Northeast and went up into Maine, we were going up there, and I wanted to see where they had went. And my wife said, "Who is that? I love his voice. It's so calm and soothing, and it's not like he's done a couple lines of crack. He's actually like personable and hello YouTube.
What's
just
up, YouTube?
what's up YouTube? Just a personable guy.
Yeah.
And good people.
Yep.
They both work in public service, so love them, and they have been pulling a trailer all over the world.
Yeah. Yep. They're
So-
Arla and Misty were talking to them earlier. I guess they're going to all be meeting up down at the Save Expo down in Stark, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they're
That's
going to
gonna
be
be cool to have
next to
them
each
on.
other. Yeah.
And then March the 4th, we've got Independence Overland. I've been trying to get him on for years.
Yeah.
And mainly because he drives an FJ. I'm pretty stoked about that. But he does some really great YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, he's
don't
got
know
that
a lot
new
about
truck
him.
too. He's got that new truck too.
Yeah, he's got a new
Tyler.
truck too.
Yeah, he does. Does a phenomenal job. I've only talked to him briefly, but I'm super excited about having him on.
Yeah, I'm excited about having him on there. And we hang out with Scott and the Old Man Fish Camp, and he's Scott's favorite guy.
Nice.
And I think he calls Scott the legend or something like that. So anyway, on February the 11th, we got Jasper Jeep Jam.
Nice.
Jasper Jeep Jam is coming up in March.
March, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
We're going to talk about that when we do our calendar here in just a minute of events.
Yeah, we got Cajun Kai and Lisa.
The Podnas.
The
Podnas are going to be on.
Yeah.
So, and then I've got some tentative. Don't want to release it yet. On the 18th, on the 25th, we got Pruitt Knives of Valor coming on, and
big announcement on that one.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh,
We can't say it now. We got to wait until he comes home, right?
oh, okay.
Or do we say it now?
No, I
No.
don't even know what you're talking about. I probably need to know before we say something because I could lose my mind live on the air.
Oh,
So
well,
we
we,
don't want
we
to do
better
that.
not have that.
No, we don't want to do that. So anyway, got some great guests coming up. I'm really excited about that. Oh yeah, free knives for everyone. Uh, it's kind of like the Oprah of knife making. You know,
Yeah.
you get a knife, and you get a
You
knife,
get,
and you get a knife.
everyone gets a knife.
Yeah. Uh, no, that's not gonna happen.
No.
That's not gonna happen. But it's I'm excited about the people that we got scheduled. I've also been talking to this cat here about coming on maybe again since he's released his new book. And look at there, he even signed it to me and my wife to join
Oh,
the
that's
review. Thanks
awesome.
for being wonderful friends. Timber Cleghorn is his new book came out. You would love that if you get that. It's really thick, so if you're not used to reading more than if you're a YouTube person, I actually posted a blog. It was a gear review on some like some camp shoes that I did, and Matt McClellan actually posted on there uh, that I put way too many words, and it was only like one page. Matt, you couldn't do this. You can't
Yeah.
do this. That's
I'm not. I mean, I think it's great if you want to read and things like that. I'm not a reader. I could, if his book was an audiobook,
I think he's working on that.
yeah, I could get into doing audiobooks because, like when I'm working here at the house, I have, music playing and I
Yeah,
get burned out. I get burned out on music,
me too.
so audiobooks, I could really get into that,
Yeah,
so
we need to do a show on some good books, some good outdoor like overlanding books, because I've got some.
yeah,
And I've read most of them because I'm a reader.
yeah.
Because you know you need to read.
Hmm.
I'm just telling you, you can't just live off YouTube videos.
Mm,
You can't do it. It makes
I
your blood
mean,
pressure go up.
actually, no. It helps reduce because like it's 50-50 shot. When I go to YouTube, whether or not I'm searching for something, if I'm searching for something, I'm searching for something that will solve a problem.
Oh, okay, like a
So
how-to thing.
like a how-to thing. I've
Yeah,
learned how to do so many things. Like this issue that I got with my daughter's transmission,
yeah.
I finally
Solved from
found the
YouTube.
right video from YouTube. Now
Did you
I've
get
had
it done?
to. No, I'm waiting on a tool to come in.
Oh, did
So
you have to watch a video on what tool to get or where to get the tool, or you just know stuff like that?
well, no. So the video is a few years old, and the tools that they used aren't like regularly available. It was like a dealership thing. So I had to kind of research and find my own tools. And I have a 3-pound slide hammer,
Mm-hmm.
and the 3-pound slide hammer for what I need to do, this bearing sleeve that I need to pull, is not enough.
That's
So,
one of them things that you like.
uh huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did that 3-pound slide hammer last night for about an hour, and I thought my arm was going to fall off.
You
So,
did it for
but
an hour?
I was working on it forever trying to get this bearing sleeve out. So my buddy has a 5-pound slide hammer,
Mm.
but it's a bigger shaft. So I had to buy another adapter to adapt his 5-pound slide hammer down to the bearing sleeve I need. Anyway,
Goodness
that's a
gracious,
whole
that's
that's a whole
complicated.
ridiculous rat hole that
That's complicated.
yeah, yeah. But
Huh.
I'm this close
You're
to
close.
having that thing done where they can
Mm.
drive it and
That'd be nice. It's always nice when you can get your kids in their own car,
yeah.
and you don't have to like taxi them around everywhere.
Hmm.
So
And I
yeah.
don't have to look in the ring camera out front to see if it's leaking in the driveway.
Ooh. Yeah. Well, that's cool. Well,
Anyway.
I actually watched a YouTube video right before we came on because I was trying to bleed the brakes of my bicycle.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Um, I had
On
to
your
change the
bicycle?
pads on the rear of my uh, bikepacking bicycle, my overlanding bicycle.
And you had air in the lines.
I had air in the lines, and I did it. And anyway, it didn't work. I've got to try it again. Uh, but you know how mechanically inclined I am. I really can't do a whole lot of things mechanical when I'm not with you.
Yeah.
And so it would help if I was with you,
So it's
and
got a
we could do.
reservoir.
It's got a reservoir.
All right.
No, no.
Where's the fluid?
The fluid is actually in the gripper. It's in the
Oh,
gripper in the line all the way back to the disc brake
okay.
clamp.
But you have air in the lines down next to where you bleed it.
It's not making it clamp the disc.
Yeah.
So anyway, I ordered a kit. It came with two like syringes,
Uh-huh.
one for the bottom where you push it up through the top,
Uh-huh.
and for some reason my wife says we have a new piece of living room furniture. It's Joey's bike. That's where
I got
when it's this cold,
new.
I work in the living room.
I was like, wait a minute, new.
Yeah.
Isn't that? Don't you have like 8 bikes hanging up in there?
No, I don't. I don't. I have 3 bicycles. My wife has
Okay,
one,
8 or
but one
3.
of them is inside because I had to work on it, and I'm not working on it out in the cold. And so that's a new piece of
Your
living room
garage is
furniture.
cold.
What?
Your garage is cold.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I got a diesel heater, man.
Yeah. Well, that's the way it is. That's the way it is. Galen says, Joey, I love my ultralight sacks. Thanks. Hey, you are welcome. You are welcome. I talked to Luke right before we came on here. Luke is a fantastic guy. If you need some packing cubes or anything like that, that's the way to go. That's the way to go. He makes them well, and he makes them at his house here in Arkansas. So cool and neat people, really neat people. And he's got a cool van.
Yeah, I'm digging my ultralight sack. I'm trying to figure out. I'm getting ready to add some molly panels to my truck, so I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna maybe attach that ultralight sack to the molly panel.
On the inside.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, like inside the back. So I'm looking at 2 overheads molly panels, one over the back seat, one over the front seat.
Yep.
And I'm thinking about using that ultralight sack as my toiletry bag.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
just
perfect size for toiletry.
just have it attached right inside the door, maybe on Velcro or something, where I can just. Anyway, that's a rabbit hole.
Well, that's kind of what we're talking about. I tell you what, this was the second time when we went down over Christmas. This was the second time that we had used our Subaru in an overlanding setup. Actually, yeah, the full overlanding setup. It was the second time, and the first time was when we went up to Missouri when we did the bike packing trip. We kind of base camped and did it then, but this was the first time when we went down to Big Bend. How we had to go, set everything up, get up early in the morning, pack everything up, go, come back, set everything up, pack everything up, go. I mean, it was a true test.
I forgot you didn't have it over the summer.
We didn't.
Yeah.
We were supposed to get it over the summer, and we had the kitchen and the fridge and all that, but we didn't have the tent. We had the ground tent when we went up into the Northeast.
Gotcha.
And so this was the first time we had to do that. And the Overland Vehicle Systems Everest tent is legit. It is so nice. And if I did not have an air up mattress in that tent, it would take me probably 2 minutes to put it up, take it down. I mean, it is so fast, so nice. It packs up. That thing has 6 bungees that draw everything in when you pull it down.
Yeah.
And it's outrageous good. It's outrageous good. I love it. Joey would get an ultralight casket if that was an option. That is true.
Hooked on Dyneema. That's funny.
That's true, babe. Sorry about that, but that's me. But yeah, it was really good because if there's one tip that I can give anybody when you go to a national park, You have to go early. You can't sleep late. You can't go 8 or 9 o'clock. You've got to go early. If you want to do anything or get to any of the good spots, you've got to go early. Otherwise, you're sitting in a line all day. It's like being at Disney World. It's horrible. So we would have to get up 6 o'clock every morning. We set an alarm, got up. It was cold. Did not want to get out of the tent because it was so cold. But you know, the night before we prepped, and we had sat outside the night before because down there the stars. You have to sit
Yeah.
outside. You can see the Milky Way. You can see all the planets. You can see all that. And so we would sit outside at night, but we would sit outside late at night with a little buddy heater, and then we'd pack everything up. All we'd have to do is just get up, brush our teeth, and fold the tent down. We'd go.
Yeah.
And no lie, within 10 minutes, we were driving out. We were driving out. That's getting clothes on. That's teeth brushed. That's me squeezing the air out of the mattress, folding everything down, and we're out. And
That's
very impressed.
that's what they say. Dialed, right? Dialed.
Well,
Yeah, dialed.
and I would like to think that. I would like to think that it's dialed in, but it's only the second time I've done it.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of trouble when we were in Missouri because I tried to suck the air out of the mattress with the
The little.
air thing with the
Mhm.
blower.
Yeah.
No, couldn't do that. So I get up in there and I get up in there just like it says to do. You roll the mattress up, you sit on it, you squash all the air out of it, you get it down to where it's about an inch and everything folds up fine. That's a pain.
It's like one of
That's a
those
pain.
high school wrestling matches.
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. But you don't want to be the jujitsu guy because they're always on the bottom. You want to be
Yeah.
on the top.
Yeah.
You want
Right.
to be like WWE, like on the
Yeah.
top rope.
Yeah. Do the Stone
But
Cold Stunner on
yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you.
it.
Thank you about that. We got up at 5 2 mornings, and then we'd nap in the parking lot when we got up to the park. That's true. So when you go up into when you and I went up, when we went down there to Big Bend, we looked and saw the Chisos where the lodge is, the Chisos Basin, and we
Mhm.
didn't go up there
No.
because I thought, oh, it's a lodge up there. We don't have anything to do up there. We won't go up there. Well, that's the prettiest part of the park, and I had no idea at the time.
Oh wow.
But when we would go up there in the mornings, we would go up there. Because it was like an hour drive. It's like 35 miles anywhere in Big Bend, and we would get up at 5 o'clock. And 6 o'clock we'd be up there. Well, the sun comes up late down there. It don't come up till after 8. And so we would get down in the parking lot, and we would just nap in the parking lot. Well, when we would get done about 8:30 or 9, we would come down. There would be two lines. There would be a line at the top. There would be a line at the bottom. It was an hour and a half wait to even be able to drive to the top to see if there was a parking place. It's just outrageous.
No.
I don't want to do that.
No.
I don't want to do that. So if I have any insight into national parks, get up early, because the people with kids, they get up, they make breakfast, they fiddle fart around, they pack everything up. It's 9 or 10 o'clock. Well, you're sitting at the gate. We sat at the gate that one day. We got in there late because you had 2 temps to pack up and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And we got up there at 9 o'clock. We sat at the gate for an hour,
Mhm.
and then you go up there and you want to get up in the Chisos mat. It's another hour.
Mhm.
And the days are short right now, so you
Yeah.
can't waste time like that. But anyway, it was so nice to have such little time, comfort. I love the tent. I love everything that was that we've done to it, and it has just been a dream. So I love it.
Nice. Nice.
The FJ's getting neglected. It's sad. It's really
Yeah.
sad. It's sitting there. It's crying in the driveway
Yeah.
right now.
You getting the stink eye every time you walk
I
by
am.
it to getting the shiver.
And we went out in it. We went out in it 2 weekends ago. I think it was 2 weekends ago, and it was cold and it was starting to rain when we got done. And I just drove home on 20-pound tires, and guess what? They're still aired down.
Still aired down.
Still aired down because now it's really cold, and I just hadn't got out there to air them up. But I'm thinking, hey, if the weather comes in Friday, aired down tires, I'm all ready.
Right
I'm
out of the
set.
driveway. You ain't got to do nothing with it.
I'm set.
Yeah.
So anyway, do you have a problem?
No.
Do you have a problem? Because you and I are alike in one way. Y'all have multiple overland vehicles. You've got your wife's vehicle, you got your vehicle, and you got the trailer. We're kind of the same way. We've got my FJ, we've got the Subaru, and we got the trailer. Do you have a problem when you go out making sure you have everything in the right vehicle? Do you have one of everything that you have to share, or do you have multiple things so you don't have to move stuff around?
Um, I mean, we have multiple
Yeah.
certain things we have multiples of.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we don't have two trailers,
Sorry.
but
Wow.
but I mean, she has her own fridge, her own awning, all that kind of stuff. The trailer has, boxes on it that, we keep stuff in. So it just kind of depends. When she goes by herself, if she doesn't take the trailer, I have to take the drawers out. So we, we do a little bit of re-gearing with hers when she goes out in her Jeep by herself. Like if I don't go,
Mm-hmm.
she goes on a women's trip or something, doesn't want to fool with the trailer, she sleeps in the Jeep. So I got to pull the drawers out and we sort of reposition some of the gear on her shelf that she needs to take for that. But
Mm.
for the most part, they have their own things. I'm working on updating mine a little bit so that some of the stuff that I have to load for every trip can be more permanent. But yeah,
Yeah.
like the air compressor, I usually just the air compressor I have is in a bag, and I usually just throw it in the floorboard when I leave.
Yeah.
But I made some changes this last week that's going to allow me to mount it inside the deck drawer system, so
Mm.
it's going to stay there permanently. So constantly
Well,
looking at stuff like
and
that.
even if it's not big things, even if it's small things,
Mm-hmm.
I had, for everybody that knows me knows I'm a huge fan of Pruitt Niles Valley. Huge fan.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Huge
and you got
fan.
a
I have
knife
the
for every day of the month.
I do. But here's the deal. We got gone this summer and somehow I ended up with not a Pruitt Niles Valley. I did not have a knife in my car. And I'm like, how did this happen? I got out with no tongs. I cook
Horrible.
everything with tongs. And
No tongs and no knife. How did
my
you
wife and
survive?
I, 2 summers ago in the FJ, we got away with no tongs. And I bet I bought 6 pairs of tongs at
And you
different
still
places. And
managed to go to
I'm like,
Maine with
I
a
hate
pair
these
of
things.
tongs?
They're dumb. They're not like what I'm used to. I don't like them. So I buy them and I'm like, I'm giving these away. I hate these things. And so, yeah, my wife says Clorox wipes. Uh, just the small stuff that you're used to having. You know where it's at. I could pull any drawer out in my FJ in the dark with my eyes closed. I don't guess you'd have to have both those. But either eyes closed or dark, and I know where everything is.
Mm-hmm.
I know where everything is. I can do it all with my eyes closed in the dark, no headlamp, whatever. I know where everything is. But if something's missing, it just throws me off my game because we have taken a trip in the Subaru and I've robbed my Pruitt knives of Valor, kitchen knife out of the FJ and it's gone. Or I've, moved
Your
the
your feng shui
chair.
is off balance.
It's off and it just drives me insane. I don't know how these people do it that have a daily driver as their um, overland vehicle because a lot of people put stuff in and take stuff out constantly. And that's like me on a backpacking trip. I have to have a list. I have to have a list, and you have to go down that list to make sure you don't leave anything at home. Because even if there's a Dollar General store every 2 miles, so you can stop and get whatever you need. But it's not what you're used to. It's not what you like. It's not the shape or the size or the feel, and you just have to suffer till you get back to get what I
So,
hate that.
like on your backpack and stuff, you repack and go through everything in your backpack every time.
Well, the way we do it, we kind of have to because when we get back, uh, it's it's always something's wet. Something's got to dry out. Even
Oh,
even when we
yeah.
got back this past time, she and I got our sleeping bags out, put them out in the backyard so they could air out. We got the tent out and we set it up so it could air out. That stuff's in the bottom. We repack all of our clothes, take everything out. When we get home, The sleeping bag has to fluff, so we take it out of its bag and we hang it up in the extra closet. The tent is best when it's not stored compressed, because you don't want like moisture to get down there and mold and stuff. So yeah, we repack everything.
Yeah,
I
that
have
makes sense.
I have like 6 milk crates in here that's got all of our stuff in it. Don't ask me where I got the milk crates, but we
Which
got milk crates in there. And so when we get back, like you can see back behind me right there, that's all of our backpacks hanging up. And so our backpacks are hanging up empty, and in the milk crates we've got all our stuff, and then on our phone we've got a list of things that we have to carry. Now I keep everything organized in the milk crates, so I know where it's all at. And now my wife says she officially has her own crate. I did that.
yeah.
I did that for my
Oh,
wife, because I love her very much. She's amazing. So anyway, we keep everything organized, but with people that do that for overlanding, man, to unpack everything, I could not imagine having to take everything out and making sure I've got everything in there. Now there are a few things that you'll take, every now and then, whether it's a zero breeze or whether it's a diesel heater or whether it's you're going to take a Rotopax for extra water. Like we took my itty bitty Rotopax down to Texas, the one that I have on my motorcycle, because we almost ran out of gas last year a couple of times.
yeah.
So there's a few things that you have to put in there and take out, and but like the stuff that you always want in there that you never want to have to do without. It blows my mind how people are able to do that consistently.
Hmm.
And I know yours is your daily driver, but you keep the majority of your stuff in your vehicle.
Yeah, probably 95%. I mean, clothes comes out obviously. Depending on which trip it is, I usually don't fool with the bedding. It can usually stay up there in the tent. And if I've got another trip coming up, I don't even empty the fridge.
Really?
Mm-mm.
Hmm.
No, if I know that there's another trip coming up, I usually just leave the fridge turned on and leave in. If I need to get something out of there, while I'm at home, I just, go grab it out of the truck. But for the most part, for me, it's things like, Max Tracks or,
Mm-hmm.
my, um, the, some of the, um, like camera gear. Um, what else? The, the air compressor, thing. Some of that kind of stuff usually that would sit in the floorboard, because I haven't really developed a place for it to mount in the open bed that I'm comfortable with it staying exposed,
Mm-hmm.
around town all the time. Um,
My
so
wife asks if we like packing for our trips. Now I know what
me,
she knows what my
you
answer.
and her, yeah.
You do you like packing for your trips?
Oh
You
yeah,
like getting everything together?
yeah,
I absolutely love it.
yeah.
I love it.
It's
It's
part of the
like
ritual.
I
It's part of the
destroy the house.
yeah.
I destroy the house. I get everything out. I take over. I'm like, okay, the bed is mine. The bed's mine. Uh, Even if she gets half the bed, and she's like, "What are you doing? Are you packing for the trip? I want to pack for the trip. I want to pack for the trip. Are you packing for the trip?" Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love getting everything together and spreading it out and making sure everything's good. Um, I don't dread it. I love it. Tate,
Yo,
good to
Tate.
hear from you, brother. Love seeing you out there. With your new life. Best of luck to you.
Yeah.
Um, Love you, man. You look really good since you've like cut your hair and shaved all that stuff. You look like a decent human being. So I appreciate you doing that. I know it's probably easier to sell cars looking like that. So
Hey man, we're gonna have to get those guys together and go camping again, because I am really been hungry for some of that salmon bowl.
I really need to get him to tell me
I
how he
mean,
did
I'm,
that salmon bowl.
I'm
It was
sure I could
so good.
probably, mess around on YouTube and find some sort of recipe, but it just won't be as good as Tate's.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, look at there. Semper Gumby is in the house.
Man, we're gonna see
Gumby,
him
good to
in a
see
couple
you.
months. Yep.
Good to see you. Been following you, man. That sucker has been building a rig. He just hadn't stopped. He just
Yep.
hadn't stopped.
Hey, did you see his reel yesterday where he talked about he woke up with a stiffy?
This is a PG rated show, Tony.
It cracked me up. It's not what you think.
Yeah.
Yo, go check out Semper Gumby. Yeah, he's cracking me up yesterday.
Yeah, that's awesome. Speaking of him, you have came up with some events for this year. I want you to share that with me and with everybody, so I can make sure I've got everything down. And
Did you
also,
upload it?
if you are listening to the podcast and you're listening live, and we don't have something on there that you want us to put on there, then make sure that we have something on the calendar, because
Yes, sir.
I don't want to miss anything.
Yeah. I filled up the sheet that I had when I did the design, and I was like, man, there's some I know that's on there that I'd have to make a second page. So
Yeah.
did you upload it to the?
No.
You didn't.
No. You're just gonna have to tell us.
Oh. Well, I wasn't prepared.
Oh,
I thought you were going to upload it, and I was going to read it off the screen. Hang on.
we're hanging on. Stand by. Talk
Stand
amongst
by.
yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves. Oh, how come that always comes with the Jeopardy music?
All right.
Come on, Trebek.
Let me get back over here.
I was with your mom last night, Trebek.
Let's see.
Well, I think the very first thing is the Jasper Jeep Jam, is it not?
No, it is not actually. The
Well,
very first thing is the Save Expo on February 28th in Stark, Florida.
Where in the world is Stark, Florida?
It's up in the Northeast.
Like Daytona-ish?
Kind of northeast of Gainesville.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I looked it up today. They were kind of looking at where they were going to stay and commutes and flying and stuff and all that.
And your wife and Lady Overlander Radio is going to be there.
Oh yeah, they're going to be
Now,
set
is
up down
that a standalone expo, or is that a Overland Expo deal?
It's an Overland Expo thing.
Okay.
Well,
So
no, I mean it's not part of the. No, I see what you're saying now. No, it's not part of
Okay.
the Overland Expo. It's they're their own entity, their own group, doing an expo. So 51 miles in on walking.
You blow my mind, Galen. I'm
Yeah.
just want to tell you blow my mind, because as much walking as I did last year, we added it up, and I only walked right at 1,500 miles. So you blew me out of the water by over 500 miles.
Oh, I'm maxed out at like 1,500 feet. So
that's not long. That's not a lot.
No. All right, moving on. March 13th, we have the Jasper Jeep Jam and Overlanding Rally in Jasper, Arkansas.
Now, does that go through? Is that a Thursday through Sunday or Friday through Sunday or?
Yes, Thursday, I think. Well, yeah, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th.
Okay, so it's a 4-day deal.
Yeah.
And that is in Jasper, Arkansas. That's in Newton County.
Yeah.
That's the most beautiful county in Arkansas.
Yep.
I'd put it up against any of them.
Yep.
So there's a lot to see up there, a lot to do.
Yeah, second year, lots of great things going on. Really excited to see. Kai and Lisa have really been working hard to grow that one, so it'll be a lot of fun, I think.
It will be.
March 15th. Everybody's familiar with the Overland Expo. They've got a new event in SoCal, what they call their SoCal Overland Expo. It's actually in Costa Mesa, California.
I saw that. That's just going to be the first year for that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And then, drum roll now, April 25th, we got more expo. April 25th and through the 26th in Springfield, Missouri. What's that, the 7th year or 8th year for that? 6th?
I don't know. I've been to all of them.
Yeah.
Except this one.
Yeah. We're not going to make it to this one.
I'm going to miss this one.
May 16th, Overland Expo West in Flagstaff, Arizona. That's May 16th through the 18th. June 27th, Overland Expo in Pacific Northwest. June 27th through the 29th. That's Redmond, Oregon.
Whoa. Wait a minute.
Yeah. You're going to be up there in June.
Stand by.
Oh,
What's the dates on that?
June. What do they need to be?
I'm pretty sure we're going to be there then.
June 27th through the 29th.
And that's where?
Redmond,
Oregon?
Redmond, Washington. Yeah.
Washington. I've never been there, so I don't know what state's what. I do know what, though. Chicken squat.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to be up in Bend. We're going to be I think the 20th, like the 20th through the 20 something, we're going to be in Bend, Oregon.
Bend's
and
not that
so
far.
I need to see how far that is.
It's not that far. Bend, Oregon ain't that far from Redmond.
You don't know.
I do know.
Bend, Oregon. Direction.
Maps it. Google Maps it.
And where's that at? Redmond, Washington?
Redmond, Oregon. Yeah.
You said Redmond, Washington. Which one is it?
It's Redmond, Oregon.
Oh,
I was messing with you. Good grief.
Are you kidding me?
It's not that far.
It's 18 miles.
I know.
We may be at that. Babe, are you listening? Put that on the counter.
I mean, Pacific Northwest. I think Matt and Kara has said that that's their favorite one.
I've heard that.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
August 22nd, Overland Expo Mountain West, Loveland, Colorado. That's August 22nd through.
You've been to that one?
24th. I have.
Mm-hmm.
I sure have. It was awful.
Hot.
It was ridiculous. For some reason, whenever we left Arkansas, I'm thinking I'm going to Colorado. I'm going to escape some of the heat.
Mm-hmm.
No, not in Loveland.
Nope.
You're not.
Nope.
No. No. It was hotter than the Sahara, and the wind blew 1 billion miles an hour that day. Redmond for a while. It's about 15 minutes. Yeah. Heck yeah. Hey, Allison. And so we got another one coming up here in September that I think would be pretty cool to go to sometime. The core, the Keweenaw Overland Adventure Retreat, September 11th through the 14th in Copper Harbor, Michigan.
Copper Harbor, Michigan.
Yeah,
that is cool. Beautiful.
Is it?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, I think it'd be pretty cool. Another one that I've never been to this in September that looks pretty neat is this. It's called Overland of America.
Been there.
Yeah, we've been there. September 12th in Jay, Oklahoma. September 12th to the 14th, Overland of America. It's put on by Robbie and Chris. A lot of fun.
And that is a beautiful place. And
it's huge.
Top notch.
Free arcades, free Galaga, all Galaga.
We played a lot of Galaga.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Take bicycles.
Yep.
It's a big place.
Yep. If you don't have a bicycle, get you a good buddy that has 2 bicycles and talk him into bringing one so that you can borrow it.
That was me.
Big Iron Overland rally in West Mineral, Kansas, up there where Big Brutus is. That's September 26th through the 27th. Overland Expo East, October 3rd in Arrington, Virginia, October 3rd through the 5th. And then the last one, kind of rounding out what I've got here so far. And y'all let us know. We need to add 1 or 2 or whatever. Rendezvous in the Ozarks, October 16th through the 18th, here in our backyards, put on by Natural State Overland. So
that was a good time.
Lots of great stuff going on. I mean, there's other ones. There's the I can't remember the name of it, but it's at a prison in Tennessee. Tell me. Somebody post a comment if you know the name of it.
There's a couple down in Texas that I've never been to as well. They have down there.
The only other one that comes to my mind is the Teton Overland Show. I would love to go to that one someday.
There's also one in Idaho, right?
That's it.
Okay.
The Teton Overland Show. It's in
Ben
actually
knows.
Idaho.
It's Brushy Mountain.
Brushy Mountain. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Ben.
Yeah.
So
That's cool, man. There's I remember when the expos was all there was.
yeah.
I mean, that was just all there was. And then Chris created more, and from there it just went holy moly, just blows out of the water. And with all the rigs and coffee, there's something to go to all the time.
Well,
So
and before even those, before I ever even, whenever I started looking into this, none in Alaska. Yeah.
you need to start one, Mike.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, you need to start one.
I forgot what I was going to say.
Oh. I bet Michael's got a lot of snow up there. I think I've seen him post pictures of them getting a lot of snow in Alaska. No?
Nah.
Huh. Okay. Mike, are you up far enough where it's like stays daylight all the time and dark all the time, or do you have regular days with like sunlight and stuff? I'm interested in that because I don't need you getting depressed on me when it's like
Hardly
like
any snow right now.
when it's like dark all the time.
You got them. You got all them fancy new KO3 tires and no snow to run around on.
No snow to run around.
You know, I tell you what, if I wasn't a big fan of the KM3s, I love the KO2s. So, you know,
Ew.
if I 4:30, it's dark. That's gross.
Yuck.
Right. Yes. Yeah. I love the KO2s. So the KO3's got to be better.
Yeah. Well,
Anyway,
you never know. You never know. I've been very pleased with everything that I've been running, so I don't want to change anything.
yeah.
Ooh, I have to
Yes.
get some water. I got a cough. Excuse me.
Yeah, I tell you, we're having to fire up the old humidifiers. You know, with as cold as it's been, our humidity in our house is probably below 20.
Yeah, we get that scratchy throat.
Oh
You
yeah.
don't want to get a dry cough and all that. But
Nope. 2 trips. Yeah.
where
I
do you think
bet
about
you're
going?
going to Colorado. I bet they're going to Colorado.
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 So this year on a personal note, we're doing something we've never done before. We're actually going on a cruise. My wife loves to snorkel, so I had to compromise a little bit and do something she wanted to do. So I gave her a cruise for Christmas, and so we're going down into the Gulf of America,
Gulf
and
of America. Yeah.
that I heard today that we're going to change the name to.
Making the Gulf great again.
Make it great again. So we're going down there and doing that in the end of March. The 1st of March, we're doing a backpacking trip. And if you're out there and you want to go backpacking, I'm pretty sure that that there's a couple people on here that are actually going with us. I know Richard's going. He just got his new backpack in. He's pretty excited.
So y'all are going backpacking in the Gulf of America?
We're going backpacking on Eagle Rock Loop. And if you've never seen or heard of that, I think it is the most beautiful place in Arkansas.
Yeah.
I went on that
You went there last year, right?
a year ago, first weekend in March. So we're going to do it as kind of a reunion thing again.
Gotcha.
You know, to kind of stay in shape and see it again. There's like 28 water crossings that you have to do. It's just absolutely beautiful. It's beautiful. But doing that, I'm going on a. Then we're doing the cruise, and then we're going. I'm actually getting to go on a pretty cool backpacking trip in Utah in April, and then we finish up school the end of May, and my wife and I are heading towards Bend, Oregon. We got to get up there.
Apparently going to Redmond, Oregon, huh?
We may be going to Redmond, Oregon. So we've got about 3 weeks to get there. And so we're going to hit some national parks. We're going to just take our time. We may actually go through California and see a few of the places I've never been. I've never been to any outdoors places in California. I've only been to San Diego and I've been to LA. for just like a weekend to cook barbecue. But I've never been to like any of the Redwood National Forest or any of those places. So we may actually go through California and go up the coast and see all that. So
That'd be
I,
fun.
I got a great call from my boss today
Oh,
because they always and Tony, you know this because you've known me for a long time, and I've had to do this for years. But my wife and I get off all of June and all of July, and we have to come back the second week of August. But like the second week of July, they always put a training in there that always screws me up right in the middle of the summer, and we always have to come back, and then we have a few weeks afterwards to go. I'm not going to have that this summer.
oh no,
I'm not going to
that's
have to come
horrible.
back to Arkansas in the middle of the summer. First time I've been an SRO for 12 years now, and it'll be the first time.
Oh
First time I
wow,
will not have to screw my summer up in the middle of the
that's
summer to
awesome,
come back
dude.
for that. So I'm
That is so
so
awesome.
excited. So
So
excited.
awesome. Well,
And
if you make it up to Redmond, Arla and Misty with Lady Overlander Radio, my wife and Misty will be up there, so you'll have to go by and say hi.
that's cool.
Yes.
That's cool. Yeah. We may actually do that. That may actually fit into our schedule. But we're actually going to go down below, like through California, Arizona, all that, go up and spend it and bend. And then we're going to come across the top coming back. So we're going to come across
Idaho,
Montana,
Montana.
Idaho, North Dakota, because it's the only state my wife hasn't been to now. She wants to cross that off, and she will have been to all 50 states. And then come across Minnesota and probably go back into Michigan and
You're gonna hit the
probably
cabin.
meet PJ at the house in Michigan,
Nice,
and we'll end up. My daughters are actually going to come up, and we're going to have a little family time up in Michigan, and it's
nice.
going to be awesome. It's going to be great. I am really looking forward to this summer. It's going to be probably even bigger than this 2024 summer.
Oh yeah.
We
I mean,
did.
your Subaru is gonna have all of your fully equipped this time.
Yeah.
No ground tent for you this time,
No ground tent for
not
us.
unless y'all to go hiking off, somewhere. So,
I am super pumped about that. So,
are you gonna take your backpack and stuff?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we're probably going to stop in Wyoming at the Tetons and do some. We may do that trip in Michigan in the UP that we did this past summer. We may do that, and then when we get up to Bend, the guy that we're going to see, Glenn Van Pesky, who I interviewed on here, he's actually
Yeah.
going to take us out on part of the PCT and
Yes.
Pacific Crest Terrail
Oh,
and
that'd
go
be
up
fun.
into. Yeah,
I
it's
want to
going to
go
be
see
it's
it.
going to be neat.
That'll be cool.
So we're excited about that. Um, but yeah, and I have
That's
a
awesome.
goal to do a hike in all 50 states, and so we're going to stop and hike in all the ones that I've never been to, even
Yeah.
if it's just a mile. So it's going to be fun. Uh, and I
That's
hope
awesome.
for you this year you get all of your vehicles fixed. I
Yeah,
mean, that
I
should be a
would
goal.
really love to do that. I'm marking a big one off the list. To hope. Well, I don't know if it's going to happen tomorrow. I just saw where that tool that I was waiting for has
Yeah.
been delayed.
Oh no.
Thank you, weather.
Oh no.
Yeah, and so that car is in the middle of our two-car garage, up on jack stands with the suspension all out from under one side of it. So our vehicles, our
Are
daily
going to get
drivers,
snowed on.
are going to get snowed on.
You
Yeah,
don't like that.
no, I don't
Now
like
I
that.
know that you're actually going through a process of revamping your setup. Uh,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
and are you going to be able to park in the garage when you're done?
No.
Okay, so this will be the first time ever, and I want to go on record here because you have totally up to this point done your setup so you can get into the garage. What
Mm-hmm.
has changed? What's changed for you?
Well, so the what's changed this time is I'm adding some solar to the roof rack.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's going to happen in a couple of weeks, but there's a solar um, product that I'm putting up there that's 400 watts, 2 panels. One of them's going to slide. Hey, Kate.
Mm-hmm.
And so, as it is, that rack is about this close to hitting the garage door, and by the time I put the solar on it, it'll hit. So
why are you okay with that now and you weren't before? Why are you okay with parking outside now and you weren't before? What's changed?
I don't know. I guess just sort of weighing what's important. Being able to fully equip and stay fully equipped better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've been toying with the idea of getting rid of my rack or going to a different rack versus a canopy
You still considering a
setup.
canopy?
I'm still considering that, but
Yeah.
um, at the very least, if I make another change, it's probably going to be to a taller rack.
Hmm.
So,
wow.
And any rack. I mean, my tent already scrapes the gasket as it is getting in the garage door right now.
Right. Hmm. So you're going to let your daughter park in the garage?
No.
Oh my
No.
goodness. I love it.
Arla is going to get the full garage, and she's not going to be crowded getting it.
Oh, that sounds good. Make it easy on
I'm
her.
kidding. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. That's great.
She's probably going to get the park in.
Yeah.
I won't tell her that.
Well, I'll be interested to see what you do. I think it's going to turn out good because anytime you do a project, I mean, you already showed me your wiring diagram. It's just outrageous, complicated. So
Yeah.
I love how much time you put and time and thought and effort and all that you put into it before you do something.
Yeah, I didn't really go into a whole lot of detail, but yeah, along with that solar setup, I'm adding a battery and some other components to the electronics. So
That's going to be cool.
it'll be fun.
It will be fun. Well, I'm excited to see it. I think it'll be neat. It's going to be a pretty cool year. I think.
Yes.
Yes. I'm excited to see what 2025 holds. A lot of things have changed for us as a podcast, and we shared in the beginning. A lot of things have changed personally. We're back. We're getting healthy, and that's actually a priority for us.
Yeah.
Eating right, exercising, and getting out there, and that's why I've really tried to incorporate a lot of the hiking, backpacking. We need to get out and do some paddling, some water. I've always loved that. And that's why I'm changing, bleeding the brakes on my bicycle because me and my wife ride bikes a lot now, and so we've made that a priority. At my age, when I was 30 years ago, I never thought about it. It never crossed my mind. I just lived life, never thought about it. Didn't care about blood pressure or cholesterol or none of that junk. But now it's kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And so we kind of have to be mindful of that. And Galen's out here walking 2,000 miles a year, so we've got to keep up with him. But we've got all these shows coming up. We're going to get out and do some things. Get out and see. We'd love to see you out in 2025 wherever we are. We're going to be doing some camping. Hopefully, we'll put it out there and see if anybody wants to join us. But it's going to be a great year. I've got really high hopes about what's coming.
Yes.
And really want to get out there and see all of you, meet some people. I hope you all come to our first event that we're going to be at is going to be Jasper Jeep Jam, and that's going to be in the middle of March. So I hope that you're there. I hope you come to Arkansas. It is a beautiful, beautiful place, especially that time of year. And it'll be something that'll be well worth your time. So
for sure.
Yeah, get out there. Well, Tony, thank you for being here. Appreciate you taking time out of your day to join me on this conversation. It's always good to see your face.
Yes, sir. Yep. Good to see you, and can't wait till next week.
Cannot wait till next week. It is
Angry Al.
Angry Al. Here we go. All right. I hope everybody has a wonderful week. Thank you for joining us. we got a lot of sponsors that we are coming out with. A lot of new sponsors we're going to be
Hmm.
talking about in 2025. So make sure you follow us on the socials at the Overland Podcast. If you want to check out the website, go to the-overland-podcast.com. All the podcasts are uploaded up there, plus the transcripts and links and different things like that. So make sure you give us a follow and check that out. And make sure and give Tony a follow. Bats Off Road, and mine is Brofester Adventures. We love everybody. Thank you for joining us and keeping up with us from the Overland Podcast. We want you to have a wonderful week. Look out for number one. Don't step at number two. We are out.